Hey, Shalom, it's your brother Yonathan. First and foremost, I want to give all praises to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Rakakadash. I want to give double honor to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. And I want to say Shalom to all the brothers and, of course, the few sisters who are pursuing this truth in sincerity. All right? May the blessing of election be upon your house. So in the chat today, our brother seen this comment on the comment board and shared it with the group. And the comment says this, from D. Hawkins. It says, GMS is a good camp, but you guys aren't for beginners. I guess he's alluding to the fact that he's trying to say that we don't go into the basics as much, which, you know, I don't believe to be true, even from the apostles on down. You know, they might go into something deep, but they'll go back into something basic. And what it's really supposed to do is supposed to inspire you to study more, to watch more. If the Spirit is dealing with you, that's what's going to be on you. You're gonna thirst for it, you know. But it goes on to say, you guys are not for beginners, okay? And you guys are not going to get these new people coming into this truth, which is also false, because the Lord puts His Spirit on people to get it. He opens up people's understanding. He sent man's goings are of the Lord. All right, so we're simply utensils that the Lord uses. It's not by us, it's by the Lord, you know. Okay, get these new people coming into this truth, because one has to be seasoned in order to understand what GMS is teaching. Now, if you're listening to, you know, brothers, especially the heads of Great Millstone, you know, they're going to go into complex things, but you know that, but they also go into milk. When they go into these complex things, they're building people up who have learned particular things. Everybody's doing their part, you know what I mean? And you go to Romans, we're going to go to it, Romans the 12th chapter. It talks about within the body, everybody has these diverse gifts. Everybody has particular strength. There's brothers that strictly go into milk, you know? But let's get this precept. All right, so this is Romans the 12th chapter, and we'll start at the 4th verse. All right, it reads, For as we have many members in one body, and all members have not the same office, just like your body. You have your arms, your legs, your different organs. They have particular functions, and it all comes together to fulfill, you know, that one purpose of you operating in full life. All right, verse 5. So we, being many, are one body in the Mashiach, and everyone members one of another, having then gifts differing according to the grace that is given to us, whether prophecy, let us prophesy according to the proportion of faith, or ministry, let us wait on our ministering, or he that teacheth on teaching. So, you know, there's particular brothers who are set up, and me and the brother here in Dallas, Sha'ar, the elder brother, had a conversation, you know, some weeks back. And he was like, man, you know, I feel like, because he was talking about, you know, my pops, my spiritual pops in his truth, the Elder Manasseh Zakbar. He was talking about how he makes things so plain. All right. And I was like, well, you know, I said to the brother, I said, well, you know, that's the spirit that the Lord put on him. I said, I don't want to your lessons and got a really deep understanding on particular things that I knew already, but even a deeper understanding about it, because that's just the spirit that's put on him. Everybody has a different, you know, spirit on them. You got all these different prophets with different flavors, so that every member of the elect could be edified. There's a prophet in a style of teaching and a vibration on each brother to edify each member of the elect. All have different styles, but we fulfill the same purpose. Okay, let's read verse 6 on down again. It says, having then gifts differing according to the grace that is given to us, whether prophecy, let us prophesy according to the proportion of faith, or ministry, let us wait on our ministering, or he that teacheth on teaching. So that's the beauty, man, in the body of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. So he say in his comment, he says this, you know, that, you know, he wouldn't recommend us for beginners. All right, but The Lord's not the author of confusion. He's not going to have it to where you have to go learn from other groups. You got to learn a little bit of this from them and this, and they're going off and teaching other doctrines. They're not telling you what the MOTB is. They don't have the name right. All these different things. And then you come to us and we have to dispel the confusion, and then you come up on it. No, that's confusion. The Lord's not going to have it to where you have to mix and match with these different group of men that are teaching different things. He's given a particular group the full understanding of what we need in this time to receive salvation. The same way, you know, the disciples were given the full understanding for what they needed in their time. All right, the Lord isn't the author of confusion. When a brother, you're learning and you're new in this thing, and somebody mentions something you don't understand yet, it's perfectly fine to ask questions on the comment board. That's what it's there for. You can put the question up on the comment board. Perfectly fine. And you know, I kind of get what he's saying. The LDRL has said this in the chat as well. He said he kind of understands what he's saying, but at the same time, everything's accessible. You could all the brothers in Great Millstone. You can ask any of the brothers on the comment board. We would love to answer questions and to go into things. All right, but to sit here and say, you know, you wouldn't recommend, you know, the Lord's Men for beginners, doesn't make sense, you know. And maybe you just didn't, maybe you didn't articulate it to the best of his ability, or maybe, you know, but you know, nonetheless, the Lord had him say this so that these lessons could come out. Another precept I want to read for you guys. All right, this is Sirach 32, and the point is in 8. All right, we can start at 7, where it says, "Speak, young man, if there be need of thee, and yet scarcely when thou art asked twice." You know, just a nugget for us young brothers in the truth. We're among, you know, elder brothers, men that have been laboring this thing. You know, keep your words short, or comprehend, like it says in verse 8. You know, comprehend much in few words. All right, and that's what we all need, especially when we're teaching. You know, this is the goal. You want to, you know, get as much understanding in as few words, because Jake, you know, sometimes you can't be as elaborate. Jake, you got to keep it plain and simple, because Jake will like to reach and go off, and you know. All right, verse 8. "Let thy speech be short, comprehending much in few words. Be as one that knoweth, and yet holdeth his tongue." All right, so you know, you do want to, and Elder Gabar's, you know, is great at it. He even had a guy on his comment board some months back, which, you know, he assumed, or we assumed to be the brother Ayathon from IUIC. It says, though, he tried to insult him and say, "Oh, he is a simple teacher." When really, that's a good thing. You know what I mean? You want to be able to, like the scriptures say, comprehend much in few words. But even, you know, example, like some people that are not in the spirit might perceive Apostle Rakah to be a simple teacher. But there's moments when he'll decide to go into detail on a particular topic, and it's like, wow. You know what I mean? Just because the man, he says things in a plain way, does not mean he can't go take it there, take it to another level. And I'll say this, man, the brothers here at Great Millstone, they might go into deep things. You might have a brother that keeps it simple, but he also can elaborate, you know, when need be. There's a time and a place for it all. But, you know, every brother I watch, you know, at least multiple times throughout the week, the lesson they'll go into is a basic lesson, to where it's like a foundational lesson, where Jake needs to have that little building block to understand bigger things. So, you know, I get the comment, but then again, I don't. But again, the Lord had the spirit on the man to say that, so the lessons or edification can come out from it, Lord willing. Yeah, one more precept. All right, this is Colossians 4 and verse 6. It says, "Let your speech be always with grace, seasoned with salt, that you may know how ought to answer every man." And often at times, especially, you'll notice the difference. Say a scoffer comes up to a camp, and he's trying to combat, you know, what we're teaching. Oftentimes, we might go to a level to where we know this man can't reach because he's not studied as he think he may be. Just to show the difference in understanding. But if somebody comes up in sincerity, often at times you'll see us break things down in the plainest way we possibly can, you know, to edify. You know what I mean? In hopes that, you know, something clicks, even though it's not really us doing it, it's the Lord having us approach it that way. But yeah, if there's things that you don't get or something that a brother may mention in a video that you don't understand at the time, always ask the question on the comment board. I'm pretty sure the brother would love to go into it, and so that you can be edified. You know, and just sometimes you don't even have to ask. Just continue to watch and just continue to listen. Go read it. Go listen. If the Lord is dealing with you, sometimes it'll just click. You know, you're like, oh, okay, I get it. You know, but with that being said, man, I want to give all praises once more to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, Bahashim, Kakadash. I want to give double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. And I want to say shalom to all the brothers and, of course, the few sisters who are pursuing this truth and sincerity. All right? May the blessing of election be upon your house. Shalom.